After years of Samsung insisting that the vertical camera layout was the pinnacle of smartphone design, the first major leaks for the Galaxy S27 series just dropped, and they are completely tearing up the rulebook. We're talking a massive horizontal camera island, a brand new flagship model you didn't see coming, and the removal of one of the most iconic camera sensors in Galaxy history. It started with a cryptic sketch from reliable tipster Ice Universe, followed immediately by detailed renders from Sonny Dixon. And while the internet's first reaction has been pure chaos, the real reason behind this shift is far bigger than just copying the competition. First, let's clear up the biggest confusion around these renders. When two distinct sizes first leaked, many thought Samsung was releasing two versions of the Ultra. Ice Universe has since confirmed that Samsung is splitting the high-end lineup into two separate devices, the Galaxy S27 Ultra and an all-new Galaxy S27 Pro. The S27 Ultra remains the ultimate powerhouse, keeping the larger footprint and the built-in S Pen silo. The S27 Pro delivers the same flagship performance and new camera setup in a slightly more compact chassis, minus the S Pen. Meanwhile, rumors suggest the standard Galaxy S27 and S27 Plus might actually stick to the classic vertical look, leaving this radical horizontal redesign exclusive to the top-tier Ultra and Pro flagships. Now, let's look at the actual layout inside this new camera island. On the left side, you have the main sensor and ultra-wide lens stacked vertically. Next to them sits a distinct pill-shaped cutout housing the 5x periscope telephoto lens and the LED flash. Notice what's missing? The dedicated 3x telephoto sensor, a staple of the Ultra lineup for over 6 generations, is gone. Samsung appears to be banking entirely on high-resolution in-sensor cropping from the main sensor to cover the 2 to 4x range before the 5x optical periscope takes over. While this streamlines the module, it's a risky play. The 3x to 3.5x focal length is what most users rely on for everyday portrait shots and natural compression. If the digital crop can't deliver identical optical quality, this hardware cut is going to spark serious debate. Naturally, the online backlash was instant. Critics are calling it an iPhone copycat, or pointing out that it looks suspiciously similar to recent designs from Honor and Vivo. There's a valid argument here about brand identity. For years, you could spot a Galaxy Ultra across a room just by those clean, floating individual camera rings. A unified horizontal bar inevitably makes a silhouette look more generic. Some reports even suggest Samsung had a similar module developed for the canceled S26 Edge and simply repurposed the tooling. However, calling this an iPhone clone misses the engineering reality. Samsung used a horizontal camera bar on the Galaxy S10 way back in 2019. But more importantly, the move today is driven by one critical standard: Qi 2 magnetic accessories. Vertical camera lenses extend directly down into the contact zone where magnetic wallets, car mounts, and wireless power banks attach. Pushing the entire camera island into a top horizontal bar completely clears the central surface for proper Qi 2 alignment. It also frees up critical internal layout space, allowing engineers to position vapor chambers and battery cells more efficiently. And that creates an interesting paradox for the community. Recent polls show that over 65% of Galaxy users demand major camera hardware upgrades, rather than minor tweaks. Yet, when dummy units with structural redesigns leak, over half the community pushes back against changing the exterior look. The reality is simple. You cannot fit larger sensors, periscope prisms, and magnetic systems into a 4-year-old chassis layout without fundamentally moving the housing. Whether you love the new horizontal bar or miss the floating camera rings, Samsung is preparing its biggest structural shift in years. What's your take on this redesign? Are you happy to see the horizontal island if it means native Qi 2 compatibility and bigger sensors? Or dropping the 3x portrait lens a deal breaker? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button if you found this breakdown helpful, and make sure to subscribe for every update as more dummy units and benchmark leaks roll in. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.